Psalms 19. I read from the Institute for Scripture Research, the ISR, because it takes a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Greek to English, and Aramaic to English. Yah is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only. Yah is an extremely jealous El. He doesn't even want the names of idols or mighty ones to come to our lips. And the letter J is about 600 years old, while the son of Elohim, Yehoshua, died on a stake for the sins of all of humanity more than 2,000 years ago. And Yah is short for YahWeh, YahWeh, Yod-He-Vav-He. It's like saying Dan, Daniel, Daniel with an E. Dan is short for Daniel, so Yah is short for YahWeh. Just had to put those in there. I mean, sure, people do call people Dan, and it stays Dan, but then, Dan is literally short for Daniel. But, I don't know, what was I going to say? The son of Elohim, Yehoshua, died on a stake for the sins of all of humanity more than 2,000 years ago. And the letter J is about 600 years old. Just figured I'd say that again, piece those together for you. The letter J, a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Yehoshua is Joshua. Because there's the letter J in that. That's why I was like, oh, wait a minute. And then I said it, and I just stopped myself, and I was like, that's not it. Thank you, y'all, for reminding me. Psalms 19. The heavens are proclaiming the esteem of El. El is E with a half a check mark on top of it. El. The half a check mark's always on top of it. Sometimes I'll just say the whole thing anyways. And the expanse is declaring the work of his hand. Day to day pours forth speech, and night to night reveals knowledge. There is no speech and there is no words. Their voice is not heard. Their line has gone out through the earth, and their words to the end of the earth, to the end of the world. The only way to have an end to something is to have it not be round. But it could also be referring to every little crevice on the earth. So the ends of everything. And if there is no end, then it just keeps circling around and around and around as if to say the whole thing. But then again, if you were to take a piece of paper and someone were to tell you to go to the end of the piece of paper, you would go to the very end of what was left. So you'd be the whole piece of paper. It could be turned into any form, to be honest. Depends who's reading it. But whenever I hear someone say the end of something, I think it's like flat, not round. Because a ball doesn't have an end. But a piece of paper does, and it's flat. It doesn't have to be flat, it just has to have an end. Or ends. Because the Bible does say it ends of the earth. And this says end of the world. And their words to the end of the world. The world doesn't exactly mean it's flat or round. It's just a place inhabited by people or not. A place that can be inhabited, something there. When referred to the size of, Earth or the moon, stuff like that. That would be a world. But anyways. In them he set up a tent for the sun, and it is like a bridegroom coming out of his room. It rejoices like a strong man to run the path. Its rising is from one end of the heavens, and its circuit to the other end, and not NAUGHT is hidden from its heat. The Torah of YahWeh is perfect, bringing back the being. The witness of YahWeh is trustworthy, making wise the simple. The orders of YahWeh are straight, rejoicing the heart. The command of YahWeh is clear, enlightening the eyes. The fear of YahWeh is clean, standing forever. The right rulings of YahWeh are true. They are righteous altogether, more desirable than gold, than much fine gold, and sweeter than honey and the honeycomb. Also your servant is warned by them in guarding, also your servant is warned by them in guarding them. There is a great reward. Who discerns mistakes? Declare me innocent from those that are secret. Also keep your servant back from presumptuous ones. Do not let them rule over me. Then shall I be perfect and innocent of great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing before you, O Yahweh, my rock and my redeemer.